Hello, hello. Welcome back. If you're back, I'm back. It's been a little while. A lot of things to deal with. Sorry about the video tearing on the last one. I think that was because I reset my OBS Studio to the defaults, and on the recording mode, the default is very fast here, and I switched to fast, so that seems to get rid of some of the tearing. I use a little more CPU. And then also I cut this down to 30 frames a second. Using 60 is a little unnecessary and extreme. Let's see, where is that? It's under video. Yeah, so we're doing 30. We're doing 4K on this monitor and not downscaling any of that. So the rest of it. Also, we're using the software encoder because the hardware encoder, when you go to 60, seems to really chug for some reason. And I guess the CPUs are now faster than the hardware encoders, however that works. Anyway, that's OBS Studio. That's what we know. Bye. All right. Where are we? Let's see. We're going into line set, and boom, we're doing the sync. We go into start sync line set. We're checking to see if we need to, and if we do, we return. Okay, I remember all that. We go into here and we call the shared Kotlin side to replicate the line set. We pass our completion and we're expecting it to do all the work. Yes. And right now the Kotlin side does next to nothing. Does nothing. This is what we need to implement right now. It's going to return false, saying that it did not start a replication. And we end here. How did we end up here? Did I not see? Oh, it did not call into the continuation, the completion handler, did it? It did not. Let's try, let's go again. And then if we click on the line itself, we're also going to go back into the sync because we're checking for it to be synchronized. And we have a breakpoint set here on the completion handler. Completion handler is being passed as an argument to Kotlin side. Here it is here, completion, and it never gets called. So first thing we should do is let's just call this completion handler and make sure that works. And the completion is passing a Boolean, different from the Boolean being returned here. The Boolean being returned here is, I never did anything. I didn't replicate the line set. I didn't even try. Completion handler is going to say, it was replicated, yes or no. And if it was replicated, we're going to have this logic. And regardless, we're going to reload data. Right. Okay. So let's call the completion handler. Let's do that. And we're not going to replicate, so we're going to say false. I just want to make sure this gets called. I'll build that. So we need a... Got it. Can't really do an equal, can we? Guess we're going to do a block. And I think we need, I can never remember whether Kotlin needs semicolons or not. I'm jumping around languages so much of the time. What do you not like here? Return, yeah. Now we got to go return. See, that's why I like the equals better. This is, though, a procedure. It is side effectful. See, I would almost do this in kind of the style of let. Yeah, yuck, whatever. Sorry, getting carried away. Let's do our block and return. Review to improve build performance. Build analyzer detected. Yeah, I think it builds fast enough. I'm fine with it. Okay. Stop, restart. Let's just see if we hit our thing here. If replicated. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Do. Boom. And that should be false. No. No. And we keep going. And same thing here. False. We keep going. Now the player is going to try to prepare, but the player is not going to have a file because we didn't actually replicate. Although we did say false, we're going to get an error. Yeah, so we're still the same situation. But the point is, we replicated. Good. Good starting point. All right. This thing's kind of bright, isn't it? Let's just bring that down. So the logic that we're replicating, the logic that we're rewriting goes back to where we were. Sync line set audio player. Care about that right now. Sorry. Why am I apologizing? I don't know. Whoa. This code here, this is what we're replacing. Download cloud line set. All of this logic. So how about if we just cut and paste this all the way over to Kotlin? What fun that would be. Let's do it. Let's just cut and paste. Whoa. I'm using my touchpad because my mouse is pretty unreliable. And I just want this one function. We'll worry about the other ones in a minute. Sorry. I keep apologizing. What's going on with me today? All right, we're copying this. I'm just going to crazily copy it in here. Yeah. Let's compile it just to see what happens, just to be funny. I'll make this a little bit bigger. We don't need to see that. Pull that over. It's a little more centered. Made the font pretty big. Hopefully it's big enough. Oh, I actually copied two functions here. Well, that's good because I'm going to need both. I'm going to need more than one. Rewrite this now. Implement me. Right. Okay, download client line set. It's passing in the line set, which we have. It's passing in completion, which we have, so we don't need that. We don't need the self line set. Get rid of all this. Get rid of this. This is what we're rewriting. That's new code. That's new code. Yeah, I started actually rewriting it over here. All right, so this replicate, this is going to actually do the check, right? Because we're calling it right here. We're directly going over and saying, just do the replication. So this actually makes sense. If this is the same, we're out of here. So this Kotlin, I don't need to do that. I can just call the function in domain. And I think what I want to say is domain line set same, right? Right here, domain line set replica same. This is that logic that says if the entire line set and all of its scenes are the same replicas, we don't have to do anything. So that's convenient. Right. Yeah, it's funny. I'm using cut and paste instead of Vim cut and pastes. There we go. Just being lazy, not typing it. Line set. Let's get out of here. Ah, yes, here we go. The infamous if return, but we're calling the completion handler in this case. We're returning false. Because we're not replicating anything. That's exactly the logic we want here. The call here is going to be false, which means it never calls the completion handler, which is what we want. This is a completion handler for the replication process if it gets started. It's not really obvious, right? I mean, you can't really tell that from reading this. Documentation needed or better naming. Start sync line set's going to return false, means no replication was needed. Let's just at least put a comment in here. True if replication was performed, was started. Well, that's what it's saying. Start sync line set. I don't think I need to. It doesn't mean there's an error. It means we didn't start. God, why am I having a hard time struggling with this? Thinking about how to name it. I'm not going to worry about that for now. All right, start sync line set. If start, but we're not starting. We're returning false. No completion handler. We're out of here. So that makes sense. And given that the audio files are not replicated, this should come back, replica same should come back as false. If it's the same, we return false. We didn't start. Let's just clarify, no need, already replicated. I mean, this is what this says. If it's the same, return false. We're not replicating. Just like we're not starting, we're not replicating. All right, that makes sense. Okay, and the rest of this is not going to compile at all. We're going to get all kinds of errors. But sometimes I like to just force the compiler to give me the errors. Obviously, not going to work. Okay. Now the question here is why are we not replicated? What do we need to do? Do we need to pull down the line set or any of its children? We need to make that distinction. And we can see domain replication same means that the line set metadata itself is identical, so it doesn't need to be fetched from the back end. We're kind of pulling this apart. Somewhat almost all, yeah, I don't like we don't want to really pull this apart and duplicate it. See this fold? It's like we're replicating this logic. Replicating, duplicating. Well, we can make it better later. Domain, what was the name of that? We don't need app platforms. Get rid of these guys. All right. Domain replication, same. So now if we're not the same at the line set level, we are now going to make a network call to the back end to retrieve the line set. So this is what we're replacing. Yep. Not only that, but here's where we need to call out to the downloading progress indicator that we commented out. This is where we need to start this. So we have an app mutant. We have platform functions. And that's typically what we do is we grab the app mutant, we get the platform functions, and we do something like this. This is what this is going to look like. So we know we're not returning from here. This is a real debate as to whether to have multiple returns. Right, because the reverse would be if, then here's a whole block of code. I think I prefer these early exits. So now we're going to say app mutant platform functions, and this is where we're calling out to the platform function. We're going to encapsulate showing the downloading indicator. What platform functions do we have right now? Let's take a look. Side effect app platform. I think we have a present main screen, present login. Let's call it present downloading. Yeah. We'll just call it present downloading. We don't need any choices. We're just going to do that. We already have something that closes an existing pop-up. That's what Shutter does. Does that clear our HUD? So hide local HUD, heads up display, interesting thing to call it. Not really a heads up display, it's a pop-up dialog. Let's look at our platform functions, see what Shutter does. Shutter the visible view controller. This is going to do a dismiss on the main queue. I think this will work with the pop-up dialog. Well, we're going to test it. Yeah. So let's just go ahead and we're adding the present downloading as a platform function, a separate one. Okay. We need to add that to the Android side to do nothing. Well, we don't need to actually, because of the way these platform function tables procedures works. Let's see, Android app platform. Oh, wait, info dialog. We can just give it a string. But the downloading thing is like a special, I think it's a special UI. I don't think it's a generic. Whereas it's in here. Hide where was it? Show local HUD with text. MB progress HUD. Yeah, I don't think I'm using this yet. Let's just go ahead and put that implementation over here. We're calling it present. Right, present choices dialog, present info dialog. Pretty sure this is not in here. No, we haven't used it yet. Okay, so let's just duplicate this. I hate that it does that. Why does it do that when you do a cut and paste? All right. Percent downloading. And this is exactly what we're going to do here. Well, looks like we can pass the string in. That would be better. That would be better. Yeah. Why don't we just do that? With text, title. We don't need a description string. That's unnecessary. This formatting's a little funky, isn't it? Yeah, we don't want this. Oh, I know what the problem is. This is Swift and this is Objective-C. That's not how we're going to call Objective-C, is it? Well, we'll take a look at that. So instead of present downloading, this is going to be present HUD, maybe. I don't really like calling it HUD, but that's what it is. Let's call it HUD. And I tend to mix case the, we'll just say present HUD. So we know that's what it's going to do on this side. So MB progress, HUD, show local title. All right, let's do that. So this is going to become present HUD. Yeah. This Mac keyboard, it's so easy to hit that caps lock, and in Vim that really screws you up. All right, present HUD. With just the title, we do nothing. That's our function. Oh, I'm doing a query on the iOS side. Not currying over here though. Interesting. I don't think I need to curry it. Where were we? Downloading is going to be called HUD. Let's just duplicate that. Present HUD. One string. The default is nothing and return nothing. Yeah, I'm returning a function that no, I'm not currying this. What am I talking about? Oh, this is how we do. So I was wondering the other day how we declare types for the, well, wait a minute. This is saying a function's coming in and I'm going to return that. I'm confused. Why do I need that? Why do I need to wrap this? Well, that's a closure. I'm a little bit confused here. Obviously, I did that for a reason, but let me look at the Android stuff. So platform functions, platform procedures. It's a table of these functions, which is a data class that is exactly this. These are all vowels. This is the signature. It's going to expect a table that matches this, this protocol. Well, it's not a protocol, it's a data structure. So this is a data structure that has these predefined fields. You're going to need to provide a data structure with different values for these fields. The default values are these simple lambdas that do nothing. All right, so app mutant comes in. All right, so it's a function that takes an app mutant, returns an app mutant. So this is a function that takes an app mutant and a string, returns an app mutant. Here's the default value. This is the lambda. This is the function signature. This is the default lambda. And on the Android side, we replace the default lambda with a lambda that does nothing. And in some cases, some of this is actually implemented. So same thing here, replacing the default lambda with our own lambda. On the iOS side, iOS platform functions. This is a function that returns this data structure. Is this a struct? No, it's probably an Object-C class, right? I'm kind of walking through this for my own benefit as well as anyone watching, so you can kind of see the logic here, even though obviously it works and I did it the way that I did it at a certain time, but I still want to re-verify that in my own head. What am I looking for? There we go. It's this header. And we're looking for app platform functions. I'm going to be renamed to procedures. App platform functions. Okay. Okay. That's the Swift name. It is an Object-C interface. And it's given a set of properties. These properties are pointers to functions. This is the name of the function. Well, pointers to function values, right? These are not, this is the name of the property. It's a pointer to a function that takes an app mutant and returns an app mutant, and these are the Swift names. Okay, I understand all that. So why do I give it still really confused here? Let's look back at present on. I mean, can't I just do, can I just do this? In? What happens if I do that? It's obviously not going to like it. Oh God, it's trying to compile this over on this side. It's not compilable. Platform functions, we're saying present HUD AM title is downloading. Let's make sure that matches so that it's, we don't change anything. Downloading ... Okay. The rest of this will comment out. All the rest of this. Function false. Just make sure this compiles on this side. It doesn't like here. It was all reference. No. Domain line set replica same. Do I need to import the package? It's in pure. I'm not importing pure. I think I need to import pure. Can I just say pure? Probably not. It's import, right? No. What's going on here? Import pure, yeah. I was just thrown that it's not highlighting. I need to do that. Kotlin not configured. What are you talking about? All right, was it not like, no? Yeah. Okay, good. So this is how I would make this functional programming style. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I mean tacit style. Tacit style, not functioning programming style. All right. Yeah, return at mutant, boolean, at mutant and false. Otherwise, we keep going. This probably needs to have a return at the end. Wait a minute. Oh, it's already down there. See, there's two of these. But this is going to say true because we actually did something. Yeah. We actually started. So that needs to change. Ugh. All right, let's redo this. Compile. Present HUD, downloading. At mutant true. Got it. Oh, this just went to my phone instead of simulator, which we don't need to see anyway. Emulator. Okay, now let's try compiling this over here. Joking. No. Yeah. Contextual type for closure. Argument list expects two arguments which cannot be implicitly ignored. I guess that's what's throwing me off is this is the signature for a closure literal, right? That's why I was looking at that. To me, it looks like this is a function signature of the argument being passed in here. That's what it looks like. I mean, let's take a look at, for example, one that just takes an at mutant. Why wouldn't I just say am at mutant? Do that. That's how a closure literal should look, in my opinion. It allowed that. That worked. But here I'm providing the entire signature. This is throwing me off. See, because you can't do this. It's not going to like this syntax where I can specify the type as part of it. No, it doesn't like that. It only infers the type. But what if I put two things in here? Okay, so at mutant. So this is fine. Seems to be okay with that. AM. But what if we put without the types and we say AM title because it already knows the function type signature based on the declaration here. This declaration tells us the signature. This is an instantiation of an instance of that class, since it's Objective-C, it's not a struct. This is a closure literal. It's going to infer the type to match the type that's expected. So can I do this and make this code simpler? Separator just doesn't like this call. Yeah, I can. I can. I was right. So I don't need to do these excessive type signatures here, which is weird because I would think this represents an argument, but it's a type signature over the entire closure here. So I actually can simplify that by just saying AM title. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to call Objective-C. Do I do it like this from Swift? I can't remember. I mean, I can call Objective-C from Swift, right? Can I just do this? Right. This is that funky. Let's try that. Should be able to do that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Funny. So all we should see right now is this. We're going to get into here. Why do we keep reloading this guy? I don't need to see it anyway. I'm kind of glad I went down that road. I was like, why do we need such verbose, boilerplatey type signatures there when it's going to match, it's going to infer. Okay, so it's going to present the HUD. It's not going to do anything. And then it's going to say false. It didn't replicate. But it's going to return true that it did try to replicate. Let's go. Shouldn't be saying it like that. All right, there's our start sync. There's where we go to do it. We got to replicate it. It should be false. No. But it doesn't look like we showed the dialog, so that didn't happen. Let's put a breakpoint here. Just keep going. There it is. Right. Believe this call. Okay, cool. Says downloading. Well, all right. That solves that problem. Okay. Step one. Where's our function? Ugh. Control F. Nah. Okay. This has been done. Get rid of that. We know that that's the logic that we're replacing, so we can get rid of that. There's our completion handler. And before we complete, we're going to hide the local HUD. So can we do that with the shutter? Let's see if shutter works. Should I throw a sleep in here just for laughs? All right, so downloading. At the end of the process, before we call the completion, we're going to shutter the currently active view. It should be that pop-up dialog. Otherwise, we have to call the hide the hood directly. What? Oh, damn. Always got to pass the app mutant around to any side effecting procedure. There's a second parameter. What's the second parameter? Shutter. String. I don't think it's using it. I think it's ignoring it. I think that was in the case of trying to find a named view. Yeah, because if you look at the call for shutter, it doesn't use this string. For now, shutter the visible VC. It doesn't look for it. There is a way to do that. Maybe I shouldn't use shutter. This is probably not going to work anyway. Because I go out and I get the visible view, I dismiss it. And I really want the other thing. Let's try it anyway. We're calling shutter. It's complaining. Shutter, nothing. I'll just say hide. iOS ignores this name. But we're going to pass it anyway. Now what? Parameter 3. What did I miss? Completion. Oh, yeah. Why do I do that? Do I need to do that? Maybe I shouldn't use shutter. There's an escaping completion here. Discontinuation is. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to use that. It's getting too complicated. Let's present HUD. And let's take an argument. Show or hide. Show, not hide. I'm going to make a separate. Well, this is always a question. Multiple functions or functions with parameters, procedures, parameters. Let's call it shutter HUD. Let's just be specific. I don't really spend a lot of time. I'm going to redo the I'm going to redo all this UI stuff at some point, so I don't really need to perfect it right now. What I am going to do is duplicate this code. Hide local HUD. Yeah, this is what I want. Yeah, just say hide. And give it that. Notice the AM doesn't change, so it just returns the existing app mutant. Let's do that. Oh, I did not provide store as string as file on the Android side. Shutter. Let's do that. Just shows you don't have to provide it. What are the arguments here? What are the arguments? String and file spec. What it looks like. Yeah. It's already there. I just didn't see that it was, this isn't sorted properly. Scroll up, man. And also we don't want stir, we want S. Let's match this. That's... All right, try again. Still barfing. P3, we did it again. We're not using shutter, we're saying shutter HUD. Let's do that. Okay, so this shows the downloading HUD and it removes it. So breakpoints on both. I don't need a breakpoint there. Go. Pop, 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 pop. I'm not going to record much longer. You don't want to watch this forever anyway, do you? All right. Boom. Okay. I don't think we need these breakpoints anymore. And we do want a breakpoint here in the case of return, because I want to see the difference between returning and not returning. Yeah. We're going to present the HUD, downloading, shutter the HUD, turn it off. If replicated, which it isn't. And we bailed out because we said we didn't start replicating, or we did. No, we did. Start line sync is now true. We started replicating. Showed it, removed it. That's what we wanted. Cool. Same thing here. We show it, we remove it, we return false, we're not replicated. We return true that we tried to start replicating, and that's what happens. And because we're not replicated, it doesn't expand to show us the lines. It's assuming that it's still waiting to get synchronized, but we did nothing, and it's not opening it up for us. So it's going to do this again, and it's just not going to open because no replication's happening, and it's not going to show the line set that doesn't have, that as far as it's concerned is not replicated. Yeah, this is exactly the behavior we want so far. Okay, that's a good starting point. And my brain is refreshed, so I can continue working on it. So this basically the bulk of all this logic needs to get rewritten in here. But we've got the essential wrappers around. Let's keep going. Do this again. Yeah, this is the thing I can remove. So we're seeing how we're moving originally legacy. Interesting, error string. Right, we took that out because this is now going to be displayed on the other side. Okay, actually, let's do that. Let's take care of all these to-dos, and then we can rewrite the other part. So when there was an error in replication, which is what we're going to assume over here. So right. The logic here was it passes the completion, it reloads the data, but then afterwards it's going to say alert error. And do we already have alert on the what do we got here? I don't think we have alert. So that's not what we're calling it. Present info dialog. And the alert, the info dialog is really just an alert. So I think I can do info dialog. I think I can reuse that. Let's see. Just present info dialog. Yeah, RS alert simple. Title message. I think error, I don't think there's any different font or anything like that. Let's take a look. Back to, where were we? That's not where we were. That's wrong. Don't care about that. Did we lose our way? It's in here. Go back to where we were. There we go. LR alert manager alert error. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to go into legacy. This is Objective C. Alert manager is going to be UI view probably. There's an LR, or it's a view controller. There it is. Alert manager. Alert error. There's alert error. It's an alert error. There should be an alert error. There it is. Alert error. Okay. There we go. Show alert from. Show the word error with the message. Cancel title. Okay title. UI alert action. So this is different than the Swift one. There's two alerts in here. There's a Swift version and there's an Objective-C version. Because the Objective-C, the Swift version, is the one that the other guy's using. We go to present info dialog. He's using RS alert. This is Swift. So we've got some duplicate alert code in here. Again, all this UI will get replaced eventually. But I want to keep the behavior exactly the way it is from the user's point of view for now. So if we go to view controller, we'll see alert. So there's RS alert. Yeah, it's just, you know, multiple generations of code. So there's simple. No, simple. This has got its own way of reporting errors. Where's simple? Simple. Did I just blow past it? No. Oh, it's, of course, alert is a subclass of RS alert superclass. Why? Is RS alert getting reused by other alert classes? I don't know. So title message, so here we go. Here's all this handling. OK title, OK handler, cancel title, cancel handler. So if I call this one instead, it's going to look different. I wonder if it's going to look different from the, yeah, and look at how much other garbage is going on in here. Oh, wait, that's common. Where's simple? There's simple. Simple calls common. Yeah, this is an example of something that looks like it got overly dried. Simple calls common, and common does all the work. So simple says title message, OK title, handler. But for the error, where were we here? Alert error. Wait, look at, oh my God, alert error, alert error, alert error. So there's 3 alert errors. Let's get rid of this so we can see this. Let's stop the code here. Find these bright colors kind of annoying. Just gonna minimize that. Let's bring this open so we can see more what's going on. All right, 3 alert errors. Which one's getting called and seen? All right. Single parameter, error string, that's it. So it's this one. Show alert from top controller with title error. Okay. So we don't have an OK title. We don't have a cancel handler. We don't have an OK handler. We don't have a handler of any kind. It's just showing an error. So let's see what that looks like. Alert error message. So we just did a prefix, well, localized. We say error and we say string. So in theory, over here to match that after the completion, present info dialog. I'm sure we'll generalize this later. And we're going to do a to-do. Replication not yet implemented. This is the error we want to see when it goes to replicate. So if we call present info dialog, is this title and message? Is that going to match this? Let's see. LR alert manager, show alert from with title and message and handler. So there's no handler. There's no where it's coming from. It's just a title and message. So that seems pretty close. Of course, Xcode can't help us there. We're already in alert manager. So again, it's the same thing. So alert. So this calls this with title and message. This calls, whoa, I'm confused. Is this not the same? So here we have an overload with title and message and handler. Where's the one with that? Where's the one with the handler? There it is. Title and message, cancel title. Wait, there's got to be another. Here we go. Look at all these overloads. This makes the code harder to read. Makes it way harder to read. These are basically parameter variation overloads, where sometimes you provide a parameter, sometimes you don't, sometimes it's nil, sometimes it's not. And for every combination, there's a unique function. This is someone's attempt to try to do the equivalent of function declaration pattern matching. Makes this code a lot harder to read. Okay. We know we have a title. We know we have a message. We have no handler. This is coming in as a void. That's what we saw back here. Show alert from. Handler's nil. So we're taking title and message, no handler. This dispatches UI alert controller. This looks like a UI kit class with title, message, preferred style. It adds a cancel handler. It adds an OK handler. But these are nil. It won't do anything. Is there one? Show alert from is nil. If from. Don't really want to write two platform functions, one that calls Objective-C and one that calls the RS alert one, which is different. Here's the RS alert one. Oh, there we go. It looks like it's the same. It's UI kit in both places. It's just duplicate code. UI alert controller, UI alert controller. Okay. So it is using the same exact thing. And here we have a preferred style. Let's see if this also has a preferred style. Alert. Okay, that looks correct. All right, title message. If shows text field false, default. If show cancel true is the default. Alert controller add action. So it's going to add a handler for OK. I think it'll look the same. This should match the logic as far as cancel and not cancel and all that. Let's just see what we get. I'll see if it matches the original UI. Oh, did I compile this side? Let's put this on a new line. It's kind of long. All right, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, boom. Oh, let's present info. Let's just see if that comes through. Okay, the completion gets called, and then this is called from the Kotlin side, so we should hit that next. There we go. Title is error. Description is to do. And let's see what it looks like. Error. Replication not yet implemented OK. It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that's what we want. Yeah, I'm satisfied. That'll work. Cool. Great. Great. So let's go back to this guy. And we've taken care of that because the error string that it actually provides is originally coming from here. Comment, the error string's already in this code and we've got it over here. So we know what errors to provide because we've copied the code over. All right. Cool, I like that. We've taken care of these guys. We don't need this error string because the error is going to be presented by that. So we have effectively replaced all the logic in start sync line set with shared Kotlin code. Cool. Looks good. Looks good. Let's run it one more time. Let's pull this over. Yeah. disable breakpoints for now. Debug, deactivate breakpoints. We go in here and we say, there we go, show me line sets, fine, open it up. Nope, replication not yet implemented. Okay. Replication not yet implemented. Cool. That's exactly what I wanted. All right. And we had to add present HUD and shutter HUD, which is exactly what we wanted. We were going to generalize. We generalized this. Show local HUD. Generalized it. We generalized hiding it. It's good. So we got present. This was just so I can go through and clean up all these signatures at some point. Now I know that I can make this code a lot simpler. I'm going to do that. And the execution of this stuff is bracketed properly in terms of where it gets called. And we're keeping the original completion handler. Wonderful. All right, we're just saving. We're going to say whip 23, save point. What do we got? Line, scene, reader, view, start, sync, line, set, rewrite, completed. That's rewrite has been completed, not the download. That still needs to be done. These are just save point whips. Yeah, push scale out. All right. Done diddy done done. Let's get rid of this. Oh, those colors are hideous. I gotta change that at some point. And then same thing over here. There we go. What's all this? Notifications. Yeah. Great. Get log. Oh, in the wrong directory. Where am I going? Z, W, Soto, repo, rehearsals. There we go. Yeah. Rehearsal shared. Source. I'm having a lot of trouble typing today. All right, this is my directory stack. And we added some Android main. We added some common main. Yep. There's our present HUD. Shutter. Oh, we resorted that. Present HUD, shutter HUD, plus the good stuff here for replicate line set. Yeah. And we have another. Usually I like to match the whip numbers, since that one says 23, I believe. Yeah, let's match it. Whip 23, save point. And here we're going to say app replication. Replicate line set. Line set. Implementation started. Yeah, push get live. That's a good stopping point. Okay. I got through it. Feels good. Feel like I made good progress. And when you're struggling with your code, trying to make progress, I wish you the best of luck.